current, electricity and magnetism. Can you imagine the life without electricity? Oh no, not at all. We are dependent on electricity for almost all activities throughout the day. Our life becomes very easy and comfortable because of electricity. So let's understand the structure of an atom. The atomic theory was first given by Acharya Kanad. He is known as the father of atomic theory. According to him, every substance is made up of the smallest part. This smallest part is known as kern, means atom. So what is an atom? An atom involves a nucleus and orbiting electrons. This nucleus has positive proton, neutral neutron, and electrons are negatively charged. Number of positive charge and the negative charge are equal. So atom as a whole is neutral. But these freely moving electrons which you can see, they are the charge carrier and they are the one who results in electricity. This theory was also given by Democritus. In Greek language, atomos means the one which cannot be cut. Now we have many objects around us. These objects are made up of metal, plastic, wood, paper, clay, rock, magnet, and they have a different property of smoothness, softness, hardness. But all these having charges. So we can say there are plenty of electrical charge around us. Now these charges can be stationary or in motion. When you rub comb with hair and it acquires electrons and become negatively charged and attract the paper pieces. You have seen this in 7th standard. Now let's rub a glass rod with silk cloth. What happened? Due to rubbing, the charges are transferred. The rod becomes positive charged as it loses the electrons and the cloth acquires the electrons and it becomes negatively charged. But this transfer takes place only at the particular place. Second example, when you rub an ebonite rod with fur, again same transfer of charges takes place, but here the rod becomes negatively charged while the fur acquires equal amount of positive charge. So here this electricity is static, only it is stationary. So can charge flows? Yes, charge also can flow. If water can flow, wine can't charge. And that's why we see that the wires carries these electric charges. We have also seen the battery on which many gadgets are working. That means we get the electricity when the electrons in an electrical conductors are made to flow. In nature, we see lightning. What it is? It is electric discharge traveling from clouds to Earth's surface. Even we can feel microscopic current in our brain. In short, these moving charges generate the current, electricity. So a current is produced by flow of both negatively and positively charged particles. Now how they flow? Let's understand. Look at the figure. In the first figure, there are two tanks, tank A and tank B. Water is exact the same level in both tanks. So, water will not flow. But look down. Here the tank A has higher water level. So, water will flow from tank A to the tank B. Now, you have seen that when warmer object is kept near the cooler object, the heat transfer takes place. That means even the heat gets transformed from the higher level to the lower level. In the same principle, the charges also will move. They also flow from higher potential level to the lower potential level. So this electrical potential is nothing but the electrical level at a particular point. And here plus sign shows that the potential is high. The negative sign shows that the potential is low. Now, the current will only flow if there is a potential difference. If there is no difference in the potential, no current will be flowing. Now, look at the example. Here, in the given figure, you can see the low electrical pressure and the high electrical pressure. The difference in this electrical pressure between the two parts of the circuit by which the electron flow from the higher pressure to the lower pressure is known as potential difference. It is nothing but the amount of the energy that charges carries between the two points in the circuit. It is measured in volt. The instrument is known as a voltmeter. So the potential difference is denoted by letter V, and in the SI system the unit is volt. Now electrostatic potential, what it is? Now look at the circuit. Here you can see the bulb, the connected wire, a battery and a plug key. So there is a potential difference because of each coulomb of charge has a different potential energy, and this potential difference V is equal to E upon Q. Now look at the figure 4.1. In this figure you can see a bulb and the connected wire. Look at the figure B. Here you can see the bulb, connected wire. Now one more thing is there. Here a cell is inserted. So in 4.1 children, no current is seen. While in 4.1b the bulb glows. Now why it happens? It happens because of the potential difference inserted by this dry cell. So electrons in the wire flow due to the potential difference between the two ends of the dry cell. Whereas in 4.1a, no potential difference and hence no flow of electrons. So what is an electric current? An electric current is the rate of flow of electric charges in a circuit. Look at the circuit. You can see the direction of electron flow. Conventionally, the direction of current is shown from positive to negative. Now, how much amount of current is flowing? The current is measured in ampere, and 1 ampere is equal to 1 coulomb per second. Remember, electric current is a scalar quantity. Electric cell, what it is? It is a device to produce a uniform flow of charges in a circuit. You have seen all this type of cells, children. Cylindrical cell, button cell, prismatic cell, pouch cell and solar cell. All these cells are used in our everyday life, and their main function is to produce potential difference between its two terminals. The most widely used portable cell is a dry cell. Let us take a used dry cell, open its outer covering, outermost covering. Inside it is made up of metal cover of zinc. Now, in the center you can see carbon electrode, the black color. It is made up of graphite. This acts as the positive terminal, whereas the whitest metal layer of zinc acts as a negative terminal. Between these two terminals, between these two electrodes, there exists an electrolyte. This electrolyte is a paste of ammonium chloride and manganese dioxide and zinc chloride. Now, because of the chemical reaction between them, the charge is generated and they flow from the negative terminal to positive terminal and flow of electricity takes place. You can see that this type of the cells are very easy to use, easy for transport, and they don't give larger current, but they are also safe on leakage. 1.5 voltage of different potential difference is created by such type of dry cell. The second type is lead acid cells. These are the cells used in cars, trucks, motorcycles and uninterrupted power supplies. So we can use this UPS in generator, in inverter. They are the rechargeable cells. So you can use it and this cells gives the larger current. If you look at this cell, the cell has two electrode, positive and the negative terminals you can see. Positive terminal is made up of lead dioxide, whereas negative terminal is made up of lead. Both these terminals or both these electrodes are immersed in dilute sulfuric acid. And because of chemical reaction here, the potential difference of 2 volt is created, and that's why this type of cells are used in UPS. Now, lithium ion cells. You have seen this in mobile, laptop, computers, the most widely used lithium ion cells. These are the cells which are made up of lightweight carbon and lithium. They are less harmful and the low maintenance battery, and again they are also rechargeable. The next is nickel cadmium cell. As the name suggests, made up of nickel and cadmium, and these batteries are used more in cordless and wireless telephones, in emergency lighting and in other applications. They too have a low internal resistance and hence they supply the large current of 1.2 potential difference, and that's why they are used in the remote control model airplanes, boats, cars, camera flash units. Electric circuit. Look at the figure. When a cell holder, bulb, plug key are connected by connecting wires and a dry cell is connected, such arrangement is known as electric circuit. Here you can see the simple electric circuit. Now, connecting cells. When more than one electric cells are connected to obtain more potential difference, we call this connection as battery of cells. As you can see, the positive terminal of one cell is connected to the negative one and the way it is continuous. So here, if there are two batteries are connected, then we add their potential difference. So total potential difference is equal to the potential difference of both the or the number of the cells which are connected. Electromagnet. To understand this, take a long meter flexible copper wire having the resistive coating and weave tightly on a long iron nail or screw. Connect the two ends of the wire in a circuit and keep your small nails also. When the electric current flows in the wire, the magnetism is produced, and as soon as the current is stopped, the magnetic vanishes. The system of coil and the screw is called as electromagnet. Now this electromagnet is widely used in electric doorbell, speaker, water pump, generator, radio. Now let's do one activity on this. Let us take an electromagnet and we keep a magnetic needle over here. Now as soon as the current is on, observe. Now when the current is off, again observe. You see that the magnetic needle get deflected and the direction changed. Now why it happens? there was no another magnet. Now the magnetic needle deflected, that means there is some repulsion. This is because of the electromagnet, the temporary magnetic field is induced. So we can say that electricity and magnetism were related phenomena. Activity. Here, wind the insulated wire around the nail, connect it, the free end of this wire at the two terminals of a battery. Now observe. Bring some small iron pin. What happened? As soon as the electric current flows, the iron pins get attracted. When there is no current, the pins are again at its place. Why this happened? Because of the electric current, the magnetic field is created, and because of this the pins get attracted. So we can say magnetic field is created when an electric current flows in a wire. One more experiment of this kind. Again here you can see a battery, connected wires, plug key, and there are iron fillings. Now when the electric current is on, you can see the iron fillings get attracted, and when wire vanishes, when there is no current, the iron fields are again coming at its own place. Now children, you all know about electric bell, right? In the house, in the offices, and everywhere. So this is also an electromagnet. Look at the figure. Here the one end of copper wire is wound around an iron piece. As you can see, horseshoe shaped iron piece is there. And a coil will act, this will act as an electromagnet. Now the wire are connected to the cells. You can see here that the screw is in contact with the strip. Observe them. Now the coil become magnet. When the electric current flows through it, the coil become magnet and it attract the iron strip. When it get attracted, the striker hit the gong and the sound is created. As soon as the screw loses the contact and the current in the circuit stops, iron moves back and the current stops. So here electromagnet loses the magnetism and iron strips moves back. Once again when they come in the contact with the screw, the electric current is restored and again the striker hits the gong, and in this way the electric bell rings.